Hey, Weekly Walk viewers, greetings from Menlo Park. Bryan, this is my first, it's like we're together, but
We
we're
are
not.
together.
We are together, but it's like
We
we're
are together.
together in Menlo Park, strolling the railroads. So my first background, I've been talking about this for weeks, so thank you for inspiring me for that. So I'm here with
Absolutely.
Bryan Wise, CIO of Gitlab. You ready for your three questions?
I'm ready.
All
Hit
right,
me.
let's see what you got. All right, so we at OpenView, and everybody knows this, and I'm sure I sound like a broken record at this point. We talk a lot about product first, product led growth, and kind of what that entails as a go to market model. What we don't talk a lot about is sort of what the role of a CIO or head of IT is at a product first company, and you happen to be that role. So what does that look like?
Well, I think, one of the things that's interesting about the role at these hypergrowth companies that are really product driven is just it's a different mindset of what an IT service is. It really is a lot more engaging around enabling the business. There's a lot less in the way of operations because it's cloud first, cloud everything. So it's a consultative role. It's more focused on service delivery and just enabling the business. And it's actually one of the reasons why I like working for a company like this is you actually have more space and more time to focus on the things that really make an IT organization stand out from a service delivery point of view. The added piece for GitLab specifically for me was since it is the largest remote workforce, I loved the idea of that challenge. So that was a big reason why I joined
That's
GitLab.
great. Yeah, and you just joined in January, kind of right ahead of
Yeah.
the pandemic. And I think what's interesting, especially right now, is GitLab's the largest remote work force out there. So we were talking a little bit ago about how some things have changed, but overall, from sort of a systems and infrastructure piece, things were pretty in place. So I know your team put out sort of this big, long, detailed report about working from home, since it's something that you folks have always done, and there were a lot of challenges for other companies who pivoted to that. In your opinion, sort of what is the one piece of information, or if there was sort of one takeaway in your mind that companies should be following with this sort of work from home transition that a lot of people are still struggling with, what would it be?
Yeah, so I think it's interesting also first I want to just say that lots of times people think remote means, hey, you're working from home. And while that is true, the biggest thing is really more about what it means to work efficiently in a remote world. And so probably the biggest thing that you have to embrace is being able to work asynchronously and making sure that you are can be efficient with your time with a distributed workforce around the world, right? It forces you to do that. And then the other thing I would say is you want to make sure we have this mindset of handbook first. So good documentation and the ability to really write down all of the things that make your company run and being very open. That's what makes GitLab super unique and is one of the reasons why we're so successful as an all remote company. And then just one other little thing I'll say is you've got to really align around the tools that you're going to use. You don't want to have a whole set of different collaboration tools because if you do, then people aren't engaged, right? So we're very specific on the three tools that we really use, and that's Zoom, Slack, and our own GitLab product.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, because
Yeah,
if there's too many collaboration tools, you're almost doing the opposite of collaborating. Because
yeah,
nobody
for
can find
sure.
where anything is. All right, and
Yeah.
then what is one thing about you that most people might not know?
I think a lot of people, since I've been in the IT function for so long, and I don't have this on my LinkedIn profile, but I actually started my career off in sales,
Okay.
and I kind of lucked into IT, sort of in the sense that I back in the '90s I decided that I did not want to be living quarter to quarter from a
Yep.
sales quota anymore,
Yep.
and the dot-com bubble was happening, and I decided to make a change
IT.
to more of a technology-driven company, and just IT made sense for me to get involved. My dad was an engineer in
Okay.
Silicon Valley for many years, and so it was a natural fit. But most people don't realize I started the first 10 plus years of my career in the sales world.
A recovering sales
Yes,
guy.
recovering.
Now, eventually, you'll be a recovering CIO.
I can't wait to be a consultative retired CIO someday. That'll be
That's
fantastic.
all right. Well, we'll check in with you then to see how that gig is going.
I
So
love it.
yeah. So until we can stroll the Menlo Park Railroad Station, you were just what was the one? We'll leave everyone. What was the fun fact you were telling me about where we're walking right now?
Oh, so this is I do live in Menlo Park, and this is a view of the little original train station in Menlo Park, and it's a historic building. And correct me, trust but verify on this one. I believe it's the oldest train station along the Caltrain route here in the on the peninsula.
Well, look at that. Now everyone has some fact checking to do after watching
Yeah,
this weekly walk with you.
that's right.
So
To do items.
yes,
Yes.
perfect. So many to do items. That's the best kind of weekly walks. So Bryan, thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me join you in Menlo Park, and we'll see y'all soon. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.